Welcome back. June is a busy month for grads and dads, and if you're looking for a gift idea for Father's Day or your favorite graduate, Dr. Frank Vigiano is here with a look at what's new for gadget lovers on your list. Welcome. How are you?
Great.
I love it when you're here. Good to see you. Great.
It's always great to be here.
Oh my gosh, we got a table full of good stuff here.
We do, and it's Father's Day and grads, so people are looking for nice gifts, and we've got everything from, high definition television, 3D, all the way to very, very inexpensive items that you can use for your phones and so forth. Okay, great. Okay. First up, this is LG Electronics. Now, what they've introduced, this is great. This is a brand new product. It's 47-inch flat screen. It's LED, HD TV, and basically the difference here on this particular unit is they've come up with something called cinema, 3D cinema. Now, here's the benefit. You can have a much wider view, clear picture, because this is some of the things that people have said is when I get off center of the TV, I can't see it as well. Right. And what LG's done is with their new technology, they've broadened that, so now people sitting on the ends of the sofa, the edge of the the family room can see as well. Great. Now we've got a 3D Blu-ray player that's playing, you see, into the set. So this way we're creating 3D. And what's interesting, Brenda, is they brought out a new set of glasses. And
I was going to say, you have to wear glasses when you watch.
You have to wear glasses, right? But the difference, these are not active; these are passive. Okay. And the cinema glasses, which are really cool. Feel how light those glasses are.
They are.
So you can put them over your glasses. You see, and what we basically do is, and of course now the image that's on the screen now that we're showing is actually 3D. So you can watch 3D or you can watch 2D, which would.
Okay, I'm going to go see if it looks any different.
Go check it out and
keep talking, Dr. Frank.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
But when you look at it, you see when it pops right at you. You see that?
Oh yeah.
Isn't that a difference? Isn't that cool? And we've shown that through the camera a couple of times too. We showed it on our tees. But the benefit is you have 3D quality, and the other thing is it's connected to the network. Now all TVs today are becoming computers. More than just a television.
That's
right?
true,
So we have connected.
Like the phone is no longer a phone.
So you can download a movie from Netflix. You can watch. You can take photos from Picasa. There's so many different things you can do, and both the Blu-ray player from LG and the TV are network capable. So these things are becoming so enormous in the living room that the things you can do with them, they're no longer a television. They're basically an upscale TV with a computer that allows you to basically interact with your environment through the network.
That's great.
Isn't that cool?
How much does that cost, Dr. Frank?
$16.99.
Really?
47-inch, yeah. For 3D too, isn't that amazing?
That is.
Yeah. And the Blu-ray player, the Blu-ray players have come down in price as well. They're, this is Blu-ray plus 3D, so you can play back 2D, 3D, and if you have regular discs at home, regular DVDs, it'll upscale those to pure full high def.
Really?
Yeah, it upscales them. So it looks just like high def.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds great. All right. Now moving on. We're gonna take a look at a couple other things. What's interesting, this is a fan, believe it or not. How about that?
I couldn't believe it. I walked in the studio. I could not believe
this is made by Dyson. I really love what they do.
No blades, nothing.
No blades at all, right? I really love what they do because of the technology and the design. But look at this, okay? You put your hand through it, easy to maintain it, easy to clean it, and it also oscillates, Brenda. So when I turn it,
I could not believe this. Look at this.
The fan will also oscillate as well.
This is not your grandmother's fan.
No, it's not your grandmother's fan. And then over here on the very edge of the table, what I've got over here is I've got a pedestal fan. In other words, look at this guy. This guy actually is there. It's a larger fan. I'm going to turn it on. I'm also
remote control.
And a remote control, right? Wireless remote control, which is so cool. And you can see the fan actually moving. Isn't that great?
That is cool.
Yeah.
That is really
So the
cool.
benefit is it's the safest fan that you can find.
It absolutely is.
And it pretty much, the way it works, it almost works the same way that an airplane engine would, where it pulls the air in. So you don't really have the problem. There you go, just want to shut her down. Okay. But you just don't have the problem of noise and blades, and what the most important thing that I want to mention is something called buffeting. And you get it in convertibles too, okay, where you feel this, and that's what blade fans do, because blade fans chop the air.
Okay.
This pulls it in and sends it forward.
Great.
Cool stuff, huh?
It is.
All right, now this is Energizer. Love this thing. This is great. This is called induction charging. All right, now what is it? It basically, there's a case that I have over my iPhone, okay? And they supply the cases. This is what they look like. You can get them for iPhone 3, iPhone 4, and BlackBerry. Okay. And all you do is, instead of plugging this into the wall, so you don't have a cord tethered, you simply just put it directly on the charger.
And it's charging.
And it's charging, look at that.
But you need the 3 or 4?
You get iPhone 3, iPhone 4, or BlackBerry. Now, they're coming out with more cases for other phones and Android and so forth.
Because I have the iPhone 2,
right.
so that
and a lot of people have Android and have asked me that question, and Energizer is developing them. And as this product matures, the concept and the technology, it's going to get better and better.
So you put this case up. Now, will this case go over a case you have on the phone already? You have to take everything off?
You have to take the other case off, right. So basically, the case is generic to the phone as you see it.
Okay.
Put it on there, and that's how it works. Okay? That's great. Now, continuing with a few of the iPhone, iPad type things, this is really cool. I love this. This is called handstand. Okay, now I just want you to see, I'm going to turn it around so our camera can get a shot of it. You notice that it's a case and it's got a little handle, see? But here's the beauty, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in my left hand and I'm going to basically turn it on, okay? And it's going to come on. It says 916. Now what I can do, I mean, depending upon, I'm going to basically bring up, but if look what I can do with the...
Sure. Any way you want. Oh,
I can turn it any way I want, in any direction that I want. And the benefit is that in turn...
It flips with it.
Right. Yeah. It actually turns with it. See? Isn't that cool? Here, look, Pittsburgh Today Live.
He knew what to put on this
Yeah,
thing.
absolutely. We're not going to watch anything else at this hour, are we?
That's right.
But isn't that cool? I mean, very inexpensive. What I love, and it also allows you to do this too. So if you're going to basically, see now you can type on it. See, so it has a.
That is great.
Yeah, it's really, and it comes in. It comes basically. This is the unit for. This is what it looks like in packaging, but it shows you very, very cool product.
That's
very,
great.
Very easy to operate. Very easy to use. Isn't that neat though?
Great. Love that. How much is that?
This sells for $89.
Okay.
Right. Very
Worth
cool,
it,
huh?
worth it,
Yeah, it is.
yeah.
It is worth it. Now, moving along. Actually, I'm sorry. It's only $49.
Oh, 49.
Correct
Okay.
myself,
All
right.
right.
All right. Now, this is called Backtrack. The reason I brought this in, a lot of graduation parties, right? And let's face it, people are going to have alcohol consumption. All right. So what this is the first product. It's called the Backtrack. Okay. And I'm going to basically turn it on. And what it does, you'll notice there's a little stem here. Okay. And what happens with this product, which is really cool, is this is police grade technology inside.
Really?
Yeah, there's a little fuel cell, and what it does, it basically analyzes the breath, okay? So what happens
No kidding.
Yeah, so what really happens to it is you breathe into this, and once you breathe in, it basically reads the amount of alcohol that's in the body, okay? So you're talking about your blood alcohol level,
yeah.
right? And it will read it out and tell you exactly what that blood alcohol level is. The benefit here is that, you know, if you blow into this, you don't want to get into the car. You don't want to drive.
Exactly.
And this is one thing that people are starting to use now. They're having it at a party, say, come here, come over here. Because, you know, many times you can't stop someone.
That's right.
Okay, so then you say, no, you're going to breathe into this, and if we get a reading on here, you're going to
You're staying right here.
Staying right here, exactly.
Okay, I'm getting a cab or
so what it
something,
basically
right.
does, so the benefit is it helps people stay out of a situation that could be very harmful to others and
Exactly.
themselves as well.
Stay
Very
out of jail more than one.
Yeah, exactly. $129 bucks. But
Okay.
it's the first time that we've found on the market a quality product, breathalyzer, that's police grade that works for the consumer.
Great.
Because, you know, these things are several $100s
yeah.
that the police use.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So better
That
use
is
it there
great.
than him pull you over
Hello.
and have him use theirs.
Use it at home rather than on the street
absolutely.
there. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now this is pretty cool. This is called wet circuits. And what's interesting about it, and I don't know if our camera can get a close-up of this, but there's a little tiny photo here. And if you can get a close-up of that, it basically shows that you can pour water over top of this power strip, and it won't disturb the electricity. In other words,
Really?
and you won't get shocked. It's the first time ever. Yeah,
Huh.
which is really neat. So you know how kids all the time
Right,
put
yes.
bobby pins and
Yeah.
so forth in. What's nice about the product is that you can put bobby pins and you can put maybe a conductor like a screwdriver. You can basically put those into the circuits.
You
and
won't get shocked.
Will not get shocked, right. So it's a patent process that inside there's a really cool technology. Yeah, it's very cool. And
that.
it's a technology that's very, very unique and very different. That's the benefit of it. And what I like is that it's UL listed, which is important. Whenever you buy these types of things, you want to make sure. And it protects from overheating, it's child safe, and it has independent circuits. So every one of those plugs that you see is independent of each other.
Wow. And how much is that?
$70.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
But you know, when you see that kind of technology, something you just don't see
Yeah.
all the time. You know. Okay, moving along. This is a product called Extreme Mac. This is pretty cool. What it does, you basically take. There's several different pieces here that I'm going to show you, and you take this product here, okay, and you'll notice it's got a USB port on it, USB port, and it's also got a power port here.
Okay.
And you plug this into the wall because it has, you know, it has your little plug here.
Okay.
So you plug it into the
Right.
wall with this. Okay. Now, what happens is through Bluetooth, it streams audio from your iPhone or from your phone, whatever it is, to this device. And with this cord, you can plug it into your home stereo system.
Okay.
So now what we're talking about is being able to stream wirelessly, okay, music from your phone into your audio system at home
Oh,
with one cord.
cool.
Pretty cool stuff, yeah.
That is.
Yeah, and you're looking at, you know, a value of like $79, and this is what's happening in technology today. They're basically coming up with more and more ways for us to be able to use all the different products that we have. You know, that's what's fun
Okay.
about it. Okay.
Great.
Cool. All right, then moving along. I guess down here at the base we have a lawnmower. I didn't want to leave out some of the, let's say, technology things because there's
Okay.
technology even in the mowers.
Even in that, wow.
Even in the mowers,
Okay.
exactly. This is by Yardman. It's 21-inch, basically walk behind. And the beauty of the product is very lightweight. It has a rear bagger on it. The other thing that it does, it actually mulches. So what happens, I think we have a video, and what happens is when it mulches the grass, the blades actually turn, and as they turn, they chop the grass in, there it is, you can see there. So, what happens is as it's chopping, the grass is basically coming up under the deck, and it falls back down and it hits it again, and it chops it again. So the benefit is, in this case, if you're mulching, you don't have to bag. And Pop, if he's going to do lawns, by all means, this is certainly a product he should look at. It has side discharge as well as rear bagger. I believe they told me only available at Walmart, but the neat thing about it is $209, which is pretty. And
you put gasoline in there? Is that okay?
Yep, gasoline in it.
See,
you got
I knew that.
Just gas in, pull the cord, and you're ready to roll.
Okay, all right.
All right. Now, one thing too that's really cool. This is by ResMed. I want to talk a little bit about. We did a segment last July on sleep apnea. And we brought some products in, and we're talking about doing it again this year because it really helped a lot of people. So I just have a message, not so much that I'm going to get into the machine this morning, but if any of our audience members or any of our viewers are watching, and grandpa or dad or whatever, they store quite a bit, and you are a little concerned, and if you ever hear them stop breathing, one of the things that you want to do is ask them to see about getting a sleep study.
Okay.
Very important.
Right.
Because a lot of people know this is a disease that can be treated, and it can change your life, and you can live much healthier.
Sleep much better at night.
Sleep much better at night. Now, of course, they have so many different products that have come out that have created a very unique way of dealing with the disease and not so invasive, because the biggest thing is, of course, is wearing a mask. You have to wear a face mask. I want you to just feel how light this is, because people complain that masks are heavy. Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
So what ResMed has done is they've come out with a very light mask, and the reason being is that the interface, which goes onto the front of the front of the mouth, the importance there is that people have to make sure it's comfortable or they're not going to wear it. I know people that say, I did a sleep study, I do have sleep apnea, but I can't stand this thing. They rip it off in the middle of the night. And it takes about probably a good week to get through that. But I just want to make sure that if you've got a grandpa, father, daddy, whatever that snores, it's something.
That's it.
Yeah, well, this is probably the greatest Father's Day gift you could give them, is say, look, you're
healthy.
You're going to go to the doctor and get checked out.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Dr. Frank, I think we're out of time.
Are we?
Yes.
Okay.
She said we're done.
All right, good.
But thank you so much for all the great stuff.
It's always great to see you. Thanks for having me.
Okay. For more on all of the products Dr. Frank showed us today and where to buy them, you can head to kdk.com/PTL. We have details posted for you right there, like always.